Take one top London restaurant, add 4 amateur chefs, and a restaurant full of hungry diners. Mix in a fledgling maitre d' and allow to sizzle. Welcome back to Pressure Cooker.
I'm quite intrigued by the fish, the scallops with the black pudding.
It's looking like a very intriguing mixture of tastes and experiences.
On the menu tonight we have Juliet's starter of Thai seafood salad with fine rice noodles tossed in a sweet chilli sauce. Johnny's diver scallops with mushy peas, black pudding and shallot vinaigrette. Salma's doing coconut chicken curry served with basmati rice with diced Indian salad. And Sarah's pudding is frozen mixed berries with white chocolate sauce and lemon star biscuits.
I've just overdone these.
It's a noodle nightmare and Juliet's starter is now overdue.
Now it's time to concentrate on Juliet's dish. We'll worry about yours afterwards. She's in a little bit of trouble. She needs some help.
With the diners still unfed, John heads downstairs to see what's going on. He'll have to adopt a serious air of authority if he's going to get the starter out on time.
Hiya, Boots. That's all right. I'm in charge.
And we'll start moving now. You've got 12 to do before it gets cold. Move it, move it, move it.
If you're in charge, John, you're going to have to start showing it.
Okay, you can't keep going back to that pan every time. You've got to move the plate, you've got to move the pan down. Move down, move down, move down, move down, move down.
Oh, maybe this isn't the best time.
John, I seem to remember customers wanting dessert last night and you were struggling and everyone else helped you out, okay? So understand what the kitchen's going through, live with it, pacify the customers.
I have pacified them, Chef.
Get out of here.
I'll resign. I've been told by the chef. She's told I'm going to get angry in a minute, so it's not my problem, so they can serve themselves now.
I don't think John's like superb at rallying the troops. I don't see him as that kind of guy, but I do see him as a very good people person.
Finally, the starter emerges. Have the diners spotted the well-done seafood?
The white fish was slightly overcooked, but I'm just being picky because I'm a chef. I was told the oven cook's a bit hotter, and it was just slightly overdone, which is a real shame because it's just a no-go.
What's worse, she's just about to be scored. Each diner votes by placing miniature chefs in bowls on the dining tables. 1 chef equals poor, 10 chefs equals excellent. The contestant with the most chefs at the end of the night wins. How has Juliet done?
Thanks very much.
I gave her 6 out of 10. I love Thai food, so for me it was like a big winner.
I went for 7 because the first was good. The prawns were a little bit dry.
Fish on the dry side might equal a score on the low side. To keep our chefs guessing, they'll know the winner of the day, but they'll have absolutely no idea of the overall scores for the week. Time for Johnny's fish.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Andy's determined not to assist Johnny tonight and takes a back seat. So Sarah finds herself playing the head chef role, helping Johnny.
Look, peas, black pudding, plate. Righto, Johnny, I've got the things on. I'm waiting for your scallops now and then we're ready to go.
She almost controlled my plate up, whereas I would have preferred it that I was in control, but I don't really want to cause any trouble.
Hot pan.
Well, I know we're waiting for the hot pan. Come on, here.
Sarah appears to have an aptitude as head chef. She's mastered bad language and has a keen sense of impatience.
Okay,
Come on.
Okay, the second course.
The first of Johnny's plates are out. He may have had a little help, but he's managed to get his fish course out on time and with a minimum of fuss.
John is so much calmer. He's just a different person today.
Not bad.
Good teamwork there. I needed that. I would have really struggled to do that on my own.
The fate of his fish now lies firmly with the diners, whoever they are.
If there's some traditional people here, they might like it, you know, some colonels and generals. I think that'll go down well with them.
I thought it was really horrible. I thought the combination was noxious.
I've never had black pudding before. I'm dead against black pudding.
Those mushy peas should have come from a chip shop up north. And they married revoltingly with the black pudding, which should have been in a breakfast served in a greasy spoon cafe.
Looks like someone liked it, Vanessa. And judging by the other diners, Johnny's black pudding gamble doesn't seem to have paid off.
I scored 1. Unfortunately, the black pudding and the mushy peas, to me, ruined the whole meal.
So far, the quality of the food seems to be nosediving. But at least Maitre d' John is in command of his restaurant. Or is he?
Okay, how long before you would require the main course?
Where we are now. Don't know.
You don't know?
Well, can I let you know on that? Because they're all sort of...
We're waiting for you then.
Well, you can play it up as soon as you like.
So now you want it as soon as you like. So you don't know, now as soon as you like. Do you want to go to check?
When you go and check, all the fish course back down, everything, all the plates back down.
Poor John, he just can't get it right in the kitchen.
A little bit more assertive, a little bit more. Okay guys, let's go.
People sitting there with no food.
I'm too nice, that's my problem. But then again, they're doing a great job. So I ain't got a problem with that, have you? They're all right. And he likes me again.
The fish was overcooked, the black pudding wasn't popular, and with the reputation of his restaurant on the line, Andy steps in.
Okay, listen to me guys. Okay, the rice you don't need anymore, so put that behind you.
Yeah.
Sarah, move the curry down here and you do the ones nearest the lift first so they go into the lift first. You're working about face.
Sarah's not taking to Andy's orders.
Don't give me a hard time. I don't hear helping.
You've got about 30 seconds to get all them in half, Johnny.
Thank you.
Push, 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 push.
Okay, first aid gone.
With the main winging its way upstairs, how does Salma think she's done?
I think they're going to enjoy very much. I'm hoping that today I will win.
How are you enjoying your meal?
Not very much.
Do you want me to be honest?
Yes, please.
Okay, you eat with your eyes. As soon as the plate arrived on my table, I could see that the chicken's overcooked. I've had better chicken on a Saturday night kebab. Why do we end up with black olives on a plate which is supposed to be an Oriental dish? What part of Thailand do black olives come from? Totally superfluous. And, sorry, to be perfectly honest with you, could you take it back to the kitchen?
They didn't enjoy it at all.
None of them.
Well, this is just one customer. He's asked me to send it back.
Okay. It's an unusual dish, so they need to acquire taste.
One diner may have found it foul, but Salma is ever the optimist.
I would say at least I would score, at least minimum, I would score 8 to 9. I would score that, minimum. Yeah.
John decides to see what all the fuss is about.
Oh, yeah, right down the throat. Ooh.
Oh dear, the curry's gone down, well, like a curry. Now it's time for the last course, and super confident Sarah's determined to make this pudding on her own.
No, I don't want anyone to leave me alone. I'm okay for the moment. I just rather peace and quiet.
Okay. Step out your way and leave you alone, Sarah.
Thanks.
She'll do well. She won't have any problems.
But she's overlooked one vital thing, chilled plates to serve up her frozen berries.
When the plates are cold.
When the plates are cold?
Yeah. I don't think anyone's supposed to salt the plates, but I don't know whether they were told that they would be cold.
No, but Sarah, you have to make sure you're ready before you take all your berries out of the freezer. You have to make sure you've got everything.
The plates are cold.
Don't assume anything
Well,
in a professional Christmas.
Hello, hang on a second.
It's because you're in a professional kitchen and you've got a bad attitude about it, and I'm not liking it.
Bad attitude
you are.
about it.
You can tell it. You can tell you right now. You're grumpy. You're answering back. And you're miserable. Okay. You took the berries out of the freezer. You weren't prepared. I've offered you help. I've offered to get you people in here, and you haven't accepted it. But now you're struggling.
So we're nearly there, Sarah. Keep it calm. I'm nearly there. Right,
A bad attitude in the kitchen is like a bad egg. We don't need it, we don't want it. We're working together in a team, and you think you can go solo all of a sudden.
I do not. What do you think I've been doing all the time?
Okay, you're on a downer, and I've seen it before.
I'm not on a downer.
To help you, to put your berries in.
I don't want your help. I want the
but you
plates
need
cold.
it. Okay, but they're not cold, and you assumed they were.
Well, what else am I supposed to think?
Okay, it's your dish, it's your mise en place. I told you to be ready. How long are you going to argue with me for?
It was half an hour ago the plates should have been cold.
Okay, but you didn't check them, did you? This is your dish, it's your responsibility. Everyone else has organised their own plates into the hot plate. It's her job, she has to do everything, she has to make sure she's organised. She's pulled the berries out of the freezer, which are supposed to be frozen, they're all defrosting around her.
Let's get out of the kitchen quick.
Biscuit's phenomenal. I love the lemon tangy taste, but again, the presentation for me didn't do it that much.
Absolutely delicious. It's yummy. It's grummy.
The pudding's had the celebrity seal of approval. But downstairs, it's still the source of conflict.
Here's little sad life. Here's little sad life.
Maybe she thinks she's a cut above the rest. Maybe she thinks she's a little bit better than everyone else. She fundamentally has let herself down.
None of it was my fault. It was a complete wind-up. And I just think he's a complete I really do.
Sarah's sour, but how has her sweet scored?
I'd probably give about 4 or 5 out of 10.
And there's just no pleasing some people.
I only scored 2 for the pudding. The fruit was completely drowned in a very oversweet, thick, glutinous sauce.
Sarah's sickly pud was a misery in the making, but on the whole it's a hit with the diners. With the food scored, there's just one more vote to go for maitre d' John.
That's the last one.
He was very good. We thought he was charming, attentive.
Very charming.
He was concerned, he was considerate.
They seem to like me. You know, the job is... Don't believe what people say. It looks easy, it ain't. It's really hard.
He was fantastically funny, and yeah, I really enjoyed the way he delivered our meal.
Time for tonight's scoreboard, and the foods failed again. Salma's main course comes 5th with an average 3.8 chefs out of 10. In 4th place is Johnny's fish. Juliet's starter limps in 3rd. In 2nd place is Sarah's pudding. That means the winner tonight is...
Mr. John Farmer.
With a well-earned 6.9.
Maitre d' this evening, very charming chap, and I think that's pretty much got him a lot of the votes.
I'm a winner, can't believe it.
I'd expect that the food would be the heroes and shine, but it just goes to show that if you work the people well enough, you'll get the vote.
2 days down and 3 to go until the pressure cooker winner is announced. Languishing in 5th place is Salma with an overall average of 3.8 chefs out of 10. Due to his win tonight, John's in 3rd place above Sarah. Johnny's still in 2nd. But leader of the pack for the 2nd night running is Juliet with 6.3. Coming up in tomorrow's show, the kitchen bites back.
Absolutely stunning. I gave it 9.
The best dish we've seen this week so far.
I'll be very happy to put this on the menu.